I woke up on Saturday morning, took a little 2-mile jog, and then headed to Columbus. We hung out, checked out the expo, and I just generally did silly things, waiting in anticipation.
This is how you properly carb load for a marathon. So the most important thing you need to know before you run a marathon is you have to get one of these high quality massages. $1 will buy you 3 minutes.
We went to my team inspiration dinner and heard inspiring people say inspiring things. Then we went back to the hotel and excitedly tried to sleep.
So I don't know if you can tell by the clock, but it is 8:29, which means that we have 11 hours and 1 minute until the start of this marathon. I will see you tomorrow morning.
Well, it's race morning. It's 4:58 a.m. and I'm pretty much ready to go.
My team and training team met together before the start of the race. There was a lot of bathroom breaking and staring at each other, going, "Is this really happening?" That was the day we'd been training for 5 months. Was it really time? It was. The start was perfect and surreal. Miles 1 to 14 were awesome too. I saw 3 of my best friends and my mom and aunt twice, plus ran a short clip with my youth pastor who had finished his half marathon. I saw my coaches a couple of times. It was all super fun and I ran the whole time. By mile 16 I was struggling. My stomach felt awful. Everything hurt and I was so ready to be done. I had to start walking some and I was just mentally beating myself up over it. That's when I met Brandy. She was like, "We're going to finish this together." Because we were running about the same pace, struggling to run walk cycles. The next 5 miles were so much better with her. Her hip was killing her, and I was just dying over and over, but we kept each other going. Eventually, she got slower because of her hip, and I left her. Then a few miles later, she passed me, saying, "I am so over this," which sounds mean or something, but in context, it was how we both felt. I guess she worked through her hip, and I'm really glad for her, and she finished before me. I'm really glad we got to run together when we did, but I was still the longest 5 miles of my life left at that point. I was being passed left and right by walkers as I gimped along and attempted to run a little bit. I was hating it. After mile 24, I had it. I told myself, this is supposed to be fun. Quit forcing yourself to run when you're not getting much farther ahead anyways. So I walked mile 25. Finally, at mile 25.5, 2 of my coaches found me. This was the pivotal moment of my race. I felt terrible. I wasn't running, and I was failing. I figured they would come and tell me, "It's just a little bit farther. You can run it in." What they actually said was this: "Well, you're almost there now. You've done well. You don't have to run another step." In my head, I was like, really? Oh. For the first time since mile 2, the finish line actually felt close. I did run probably another 0.2 miles before hitting mile 26 and running the last 0.2 home. That was incredible. I can't even begin to describe it. After that, I felt awful. I couldn't eat anything, and I puked twice on that side of the highway on the way home, and I felt more soreness than I've ever felt before. But the first thing I told one of my friends was, "You've got to run a marathon." And today, just a day later, I'm thinking, man, I really got to run another marathon sometime. I'm in a lot of pain, but somehow, for some crazy reason, it was worth it. I don't really know why I want to do it again or what makes it so worth it. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but I think that it made me fully realize how much we need other people to accomplish the biggest things. I could have never have done that without support of tons of people before and during my 26.2 miles. When we realize how much we need other people, that is the moment when anything is possible. So yay for my teammates and yay for everyone who helped us get across the finish line. Really, anything is possible. Do 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 do.